you see this price activity, right? So I talked about this activity, and the thing about this thing happened here inside this circle in my this video, these two videos. You can go check out other videos also, but let's not talk about these one, let's talk about these two. And this video is about the update after this, and then this, and then now this is the one which I'm doing. So in these two videos, starting with this one, I've talked about specifically in this place about that BTC entering transition zone, recovery structure building, and then after that trend reversal loading. This is where I think I have made that video. Now I am making this video, and I'm just going to update you guys further about the thing which is going to happen from here onward. So before I start my analysis, a quick disclaimer: anything which I will be talking about here in this video is for educational and information purposes only, nothing else. So with that note, let's start. So I will be starting with one of the major and the most important thing with this BTC is, let me just take this price, this price, this price, and if I go with the weekly, let's start with the time frame, weekly time frame. So where we are in the weekly time frame, so this is what this price below this is the most important price level, like this one, highlighting. And if I go start sharing my view, let me just walk you guys through these things. These are zones which I have marked. In this zone, this has upper price level, lower price level. In each zone, in other time frame as well, there is a importance of the upper level, the lower level, and the thing, the price activity inside that, inside the zone. So whenever the price break through, from, if price is from here, let's take this example, and let me just take you guys with some example which I already have, and which I'm doing already in my videos. So let's take one of those example where things were things happened as I was expected with the BTC. So this is one of the example, and this is the same video I think I have already talked about in one of these videos. So in this one, let me just go back. What I was trying to make you guys understand about the zone is specifically about this lower level, upper level, and the things which is happening inside or will happen inside the zone. So whenever the price is trading above the zone, the entire zone becomes a support. So here in this case, when I made my analysis and shared in this YouTube platform, the prices were here, and this is where trading just below this zone. This is the 1 hour time frame zone when I have shared my analysis, and above this 1 hour time frame zone, we have 4 hour time frame resistance zone. So price is below this zone. So whenever if price has to break or go for the upside, the price needs to break the lower level first, this lower level for the upside, and then it has to continue go for the upside, and the price has to break this upper level, or it can happen in a single candle, or in the series of price action. When once price break above this level, the lower level, and then consolidate inside range bound or trading inside this thing, and then eventually break through for the upper level also. Here the price is trading below the zone, so most likely this is it becomes a resistance. So if I just go and play, let me just go back. So this is what happened here. We have some activity, price break through this 1 hour. 1 hour is a smaller time frame, so the activity which happens in 1 hour is not that much big or impactful. Eventually price once break through the 1 hour zone, it tried to break this higher time frame, the 4 hour resistance zone, and then it was not a successful attempt, because we can see here in this lower level it did break the lower level, but it's supposed to be go for to break the upper one, but there was a successful attempt. But after the successful attempt, in the next candle we see the red candle which break through the lower level in a single candle, and including this one also. So this is one of the reference which I am talking about. So let's continue with the main analysis for this video I am making. Okay, so like I said, the most important thing, the BTC needs to be in the the thing which has to go, which is going to happen for in the coming week, at least for the next 1 or 2 weeks, is for the upside. And this is the weekly candle, and I'm expecting the next weekly candle will be similar to this one. And as I mentioned, for that to happen and to remain in the upside, the price needs to trade above, first of all, in this zone, the weekly zone. This is the zone, that's what I was referring. Okay, and then if by any chance price breakthrough in near future or in near upcoming activity, and at any given day, if price break through this level, starting with this one upper level for the downside, and then it ends up with breaking the lower level also, and prices will start trading here below this level, then this is the sign of a true sort of a sign for the bearish continuation up until this price level. I mean, this is what I have for specifically right now for in this weekly time frame. Let's go ahead and start my analysis for the next upcoming move which I'm expecting with the BTC. Though let me just remind you guys, there is nothing new, because I've already talked about the same thing here in these 2 videos, or but let me just update you guys what what kind of a thing which we might gonna expect. So right now I'm in a daily time frame, and my overall analysis is based upon multi-time frame analysis, where I take daily 4 hour. I'm not going to include the 1 hour, that's a very small time frame for me right now to do the analysis. So I'm gonna take daily 4 hour, including some in case this 3-day, or weekly we have already seen. So let's talk about the daily here. Here the price right now is in the middle, this upper daily resistance zone, and then this lower level resistance zone. And as we can see, and the price which I have highlighted here, highlighted this thing in the weekly time frame, is slightly, or maybe is the daily time frame zone also, for price to remain in the position for making its move for the upside. So right now we can see in the daily time frame we have a resistance here. Okay, and in these specific candles, in this candle we can see, once the price is closed here in this candle, these we will be seeing, these activity we can be seeing in the 4 hours. So first let's continue here in the daily. So we can see we have daily time frame resistance zone, kind of a zone. It's not even touching even just the prices were not even nearby to this lower level, but we will be expecting this move in the next coming days. So we are here in the middle ground, or maybe neutral position, where if prices go for the downside, we have higher support here in this specific level, which is price below 97 or 97, whatever the price. This is the level where price will get a support. If by any chance price break through for the downside, then we have a support here, and then after that we might gonna see the continuation for the upside. So this is the first case with the daily time frame, because we are in the middle, the price is trading just middle in between this zone and this zone. So this is the case with the daily time frame. Let's talk about the 4 hour time frame. And here we can see in the 4 hour time frame, this is the middle ground, this zone, 4 hour resistance. The price is trading here, and in most of the cases we can see when when the prices were here at that time, and try to go for the upside move, prices took a support for this with this zone, this 4-hour zone, and this is the same price level which this is this above the daily zone. So here 4-hour has a very specific level, so this is the zone, and then prices were trying to go for the upside here, and then we were getting some sort of a, or not we, the BTC were getting some sort of a resistance with this one, specifically in these 3 candles. Here in the next this candle, the price break through the lower level, the first lower level, and then also the upper level in a single candle usually, or there are 2 cases, first starting with the lower and then consolidate inside it, and then eventually price break through the upper level also. But here in this case the price break through in a single candle, and after that here we have a resistance, and most likely this thing happened in the 1-hour time frame, so we are not going to talk about that. But still the price has a resistance or below this 4-hour another zone. That's a similar way we can see like this here, this thing activity below the daily zone resistance. And then after that prices were taking some sort of a support here, this upper 4-hour, it used to be a resistance, now it becomes a support, and then we were getting some sort of support in these 3 candles wick, but eventually, and prices closed above the this zone, so it was support up until this candle. But here in this candle we see a big fall, a red candle, and then it break through the zone in single candle, starting with the upper one and then the lower one. And then after that price has again this 4-hour zone resistance. Here we can see similar thing here, and the low if based on the wicks formation, we have support with this 4-hour zone, below zone. Price try to attempt again to break this zone, but not successful, and eventually this candle got a very high sort of a resistance and sell off, and then we see a fall up until this zones. Price closed here above this 4-hour zone, and then after price again started its move, making its move. Here we can see the support is very clear, and then closing here, and then the next candle we see the price breaking this zone in single candle, so nothing new. Then after that in the next here cases, prices here in this case we have some sort of a support wick, right? And then after that in the next candle, starting with first breaking the upper level, and then this upper level eventually becomes a resistance in the next candle, and then after that continuation, consolidation, resistance here again in this candle we can see resistance, and then prices trading again started below this lower level. So then after that we see another attempt for breaking this level. So right now, on the basis of what we see with these activities, the BTC has a resistance in the 4-hour time frame with this zone, and we have seen prices break through this zone in a single candle here, and then also attempted here, and in the downside it broke through this zone here in single candle, and this in these 3 consecutive 4-hour candle we see the same thing, but not with the single candle but the consecutive 3 candles, and then eventually trading here. So and what I've also talked about these things, and taking support of this 4-hour zone. So what's going to happen with with this 4-hour time frame, and this is very much clear that the BTC is getting a resistance, sort of a high sort of a resistance here in the 4-hour time frame, and it is currently happening the same thing, right? And if it goes for the downside, then we have this level in the 4-hour time frame, and this is what 100 level, 100,000 level, and this zone itself is support for the 4-hour time frame. So this is the support for the upside. Now let's talk about the upside move here, in this 4-hour time frame with these other level. So we have these levels. So I'm not going to explain it in a very detailed manner, but just for this video, I'm just make it quick and short, as I've already tried to explain it with these sort of a scenario. So price will, and right now price is trying to break this level, and price will break through this eventually, this zone, and then after that we will get a rejection here, this new rejection, 4-hour rejection, in the 4-hour time frame, and if it successfully break through this level, then we will have another resistance here. But in case price gets kind of a higher sort of a resistance, and then we will have a scenario, then the price will comes back down to take a support with this level, and then this resistance will eventually become a support. So similar with these other levels also, price go for this level, successfully break through, then go for the upper level, if gets a resistance, comes back down to take support, and then continue for the upside, and then after that if it breaks through this level, continue, then price will take this levels as a upper level as a support, and then it will go for the next upper level. This is what is the possible thing which might gonna happen with this 4-hour time frame, and even go for above these levels first, even basis of what we can see or what I have here with this current BTC price. The price most likely go for the downside for some sort of a support, because that I will be clearing in the weekly time frame again. So let's talk about in the daily again. The price we can see here trading here, and since it's in the middle ground, in the middle, in between this upper daily resistance zone and this zone, so chances are price comes back down. That's the same thing which was there in the 4-hour time frame, comes back down, but 4-hour has this price level. So this is the level, and lastly, let me clear that thing. The downside will be there on the basis of the candle formation, candlestick. So let's say price will close somewhere here, and this is the thing which we can see. We are observing the price is trading slightly above this weekly time frame zone. That's a good sign. If prices even if prices were closing inside this inside this weekly time frame zone, there would be a different scenario, but still that would be considered for similar to this case. Here it is trading inside it, but not below this level, this lower level, because that itself is the major concern for the BTC price. So right now the price is trading above. It's a good sign for the up, maybe the next this week, on the base of weekly candle we might gonna see similar sort of an activity like this. So tomorrow, when the new weekly time frame or new weekly candle it started forming, it's forming, then the price will start from here, and then it may attempt for the upside in the beginning, because the pressure is for the up, building for the upside. It may go for upside, and that upside leads the prices to go for this level most likely, because if only in the case when price break through this zone, then that's the case. We will see this level 105. This is the same level 105. So it will go for this level, and I'm just taking in scenario, and then after that it will again come back down from here onwards. Once it will go for the upside, then it will come back down most likely to go for this level, this level. So this is the scenario overall, and since we will be going to get a new candle formation tomorrow, so this is with the weekly time frame, and if I go with the 2-week candle formation, we see similar activities here. So this is the 2-week candle formation. So that's why I said the new price activity and the thing which I'm talking about may last up until for the next 2 weeks here, and then the price, this is the what, oh, not this one. Okay, this is this activity which will be happening with the BTC. the entire 2 week, or including week and the next 2 week, and during that period we might gonna see fluctuation starting with the upper side fluctuation, then comes back down. And those things I've already talked about in these 4 hour time frame. I'm not going to include the daily because I will be update you guys once we will have enough price, what levels. So this is the thing which will going to happen most likely in my case, which I am sharing. And then after that, the next 2 week candle, or this candle formation 17th November, that we will have a lot of days to see. So yeah, that's all for now in this video. And quick disclaimer again, all the things which I've talked about in this video is for educational and information purposes only, nothing more than that. So please keep that in mind and do your research and analysis for any sort of a trade decision. And yeah, that's all for now. Bye bye, take care, and enjoy.